You guys, I promised you a review of the new Lego Batman movie, and here goes. I saw it this evening, with around 100. There were quite a lot of people actually. I wasn't expecting that many people to go and see a Lego Batman movie, but there was about 150 people, I would say, roughly, in the showing that I went to in Helsinki, in Finkino. And I went into this movie with some expectations. I have only heard good things about this movie. And they all came through with like, I don't have so much complaints, but I'm baffled. I'm really baffled by one thing that I will get into in one minute here. But let me first give you the basic details of the movie. By the way, I have the movie's IMDb page running under this program, so don't mind if you hear some mouse scrolling because I'm checking those, making sure that I remember all the names and all that kind of stuff. Um, at the same time, I'm doing this. So here goes. The movie is directed by Chris McKay, and I have to say that I heard his name the first time maybe one year ago when I heard the first inklings of this Lego Batman movie from my favorite movie review combo in YouTube, which is called Lido Video, and there's this fellow called John Schnepp who, as I gather, knows the director, and he was raving about this movie and how great it's gonna be, and I was like, okay, a Lego Batman movie, because keep in mind, I don't like uh, this Lego animations that much, but I have to say this time it worked perfectly. And yeah, the movie, as I said, the movie is directed by Chris McKay, written by Seth Grahame-Smith and Chris McKenna, and stars Will Arnett, Michael Cera, and Rosario Dawson. And other stars include Ralph Fiennes and Siri, which is interesting. I'm assuming that it's the same voice, as in as Apple uses. I have to check that actually. I'm quite surprised. And Zach Kalafniakis. I hope I pronounce his name sort of right. And Jenny Slate. And Jason Manchaukas. Um, and my favorite talk show host Conan O'Brien. Oh boy, I didn't realize that he's a Riddler. But yeah, let's go into the uh, meat of it. I will try to give you a general picture of the movie without giving too much of the plot away. I hate doing non spoiler reviews. So if you don't if you like non spoiler reviews, this review or my up and coming reviews are not for you. Keep that in mind also. But I will try to give you as little information as I can so that you can go and check the movie out yourself. But yeah, the movie starts showing that everything is rosy with Batman. He's this very popular character in Gotham City, of course, which everybody knows, and everybody assumes that he's going home after parties to these beautiful women. Uh, lots of company and lots of friends. But we find out pretty quickly that he's actually pretty lonesome and doesn't have many people to like talk to other than his computer, uh, which the computer in this movie, it's a fantastic invention. It provides so much to this movie, and his other companion is Alfred, played by Ralph Fiennes, and we the movie centers around Batman and the Joker, but there's all these other like in the villain side. There's these side characters who give out their additional flavor to the movie, but the general movie and the basic plot revolves around the Joker, who finds out that he isn't the main focus of Batman anymore, and that throws him off the rails somewhat, and that's done so it's so funny, and you get the basic idea of the movie quite quick, and it flows from there quite nicely. So it's very easy to follow, and there's things happening all the time, so you don't have a dull moment in here. And on the like good person side, there's um, Robin comes into the picture. So Dick Grayson, voiced by Michael Cera, and I have to say that his voice performance, Michael Cera's voice performance, was perhaps the only thing that I thought sometimes while watching the movie that, oh boy, it's 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 not quite there, and I found it quite irritating at certain point. But generally speaking, it was okay. And Rosario Dawson plays Batgirl slash Barbara Gordon, uh, and she's fantastic in this performance. She um, shows Batman that you can do some things even though you are Batman. It doesn't. You are not above the law, and it's these scenes are also played out so funny. So it's yeah, I like her performance, and of course the fantastic Ralph Fiennes plays Alfred Pennyworth, who is um, well, Ralph Fiennes, if you ask me, he's fantastic in whatever he does. So for me, I don't have a bad word about his performance. It's fantastic, and he gives Alfred his own like a new mix that works for this movie. It wouldn't the way that he portrays Alfred wouldn't work uh, for a live action movie, but for this kind of animated computer animated movie, it works perfectly. And then the main man, Will Arnett, who plays Batman slash Bruce Wayne, and he's the main man of this movie, of course, and he's fantastic. The guy is absolutely great, absolutely perfect. Um, his voice performance in this is spot on, and it delivers on so many levels, and I can't really say that much more because I don't want to give out the way it's done. But I think the trailers, if you watch the trailers, they give a nice hint on how he plays it. It's done perfect. Um, then I have to say something about all the little Easter eggs that stem from other movies, and there are plenty. And I'm sure that I missed a couple of them, but off the top of my head, there was many like instances they gave a nod to, like, the of course the other Batman movies, which, by the way, was done so well. It was done so well that if you enjoy, for example, the Adam West and Bird Ward TV series from the 1960s, you get a kick out of this movie. If you enjoy Batman Return, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Batman vs Superman. If you enjoy those movies, this movie is for you. This is a must see. They play off them so well. It's fantastic. I know that I'm saying, by the way, fantastic all the time, but it's true. This movie is fantastic, and I had a friend that I was going in, trying to take to the movie, and he was like, I'm not going to see an animated movie, but oh boy, if you are not a fan of um, like the animated genre, you should still try this movie if you are a Batman fan. Oh boy, oh boy. And then a couple of other ones that I found interesting. Of course, if you have Ralph Fiennes, then you need to do a couple of nods to Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort, and they did, and they were kind of subtle, and you noticed them, but they didn't interfere with the movie. But they were there, and they worked in their own like perfect quirky way. And then Lord of the Rings and Sauron, uh, which was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Um, if you love Lord of the Rings, if you know the movies, if you know the books, you'll get a kick out of this. I'm sure. It wasn't it wasn't an Easter egg that I was expecting, that a Lego Batman movie would include stuff from Lord of the Rings, but they did it in a way that you had to just laugh, because you could have messed them up so bad, but this movie made it so perfect. Um, yeah, that's from the movie itself that I wanna, and I have to, what I have to say about it. But then I have to bring out a subject that is, at least in my mind, connected to this thing, this Lego Batman and the whole Warner Brothers DC extended movie universe thing that is going on right now. If you have followed comic book movie news during the last couple of months, you know that there's a big problem in the uh, DCEU extended movie universe, and I have to wonder that. And sorry, because I'm going to use some foul words here. I'm pretty sure, but I'll try not to. But I'm so much wondering that how come this movie studio that makes these kind of fantastic, absolutely fantastic animated versions of their properties, how come they can make these? Because this was absolutely fantastic movie, this Lego Batman. And how come they can then go in and do such a terrible, terrible, terrible job with the live action movies of the same properties. Oh boy, for me, I can't understand it. I absolutely can't. Because if I didn't know that basically the movies came out of the same machine, Warner Brothers, or the movie Lego Batman came out of the same machine as the other Batman properties that are out there, like the new Batman movie, which is in deep trouble right now, with Ben Affleck, and Batman vs Superman. How come these absolutely Batman vs Superman was a dismal movie? So how can that be produced by the same studio that produces this kind of gold in animated form? That eludes me. That really does elude me, and I hope they get their ship in order in the live action side also, because they should sit down. Somebody should sit these guys who plan these movies down and show them the Lego Batman movie and show them that you can do these movies correctly, funnily. That's the most important thing, is that you get the right feel for the movie. You absolutely did it in this Lego Batman movie. You absolutely did not get it in Batman vs Superman. You absolutely did not. And this is the thing that really bothers me to the core right now. Because, I don't know. Okay, I understand. Batman vs Superman wasn't a comedy. This Lego Batman movie was a comedy. Was in its heart a comedy through and through. But how come you can make such a big success out of this Lego Batman movie, and then you mess up something like Batman vs Superman so badly, and they are both done by the same studio? That eludes and really bothers me. But I think they should absolutely do more of these Lego Batman movies, because they seem to work. And the people that I was in the theater with, we had such a good time. Everybody laughed through and through all the time. There was chuckles. There was um, loud loud laugh. There was people were just enjoying themselves, and that's how movies should be. And they absolutely hit the gold spot in this Lego Batman movie. They absolutely did. It was fantastic. You should go and see it right away. It's one of those movies that I would hope that it would get some Oscar nominations next year. I know that it probably would. It probably won't, but it should. It really should, because it's one of the most funniest movies that I've seen in a long while. But yeah, that's what I have to say about it. Please, people, please go and see this movie. You will enjoy it thoroughly. You don't even have to be a Batman fan, but that helps, of course. But if you are not, you will still enjoy this movie, because it's done so fantastically well. It's absolute. It's absolute comedy gold. It's absolute Batman gold. It's absolute Warner Brothers animation gold. So yeah, uh, in relations to how many stars I would give it out of 5, I would give it 4 out of 5. The as I said, some of the performances, mainly for me the Robin voice performance by Michael Cera, wasn't completely there, so that kind of dropped the score from 5 to 5. And yeah, but 4 out of 5 stars. Absolutely. It's absolutely fantastic. It's time well spent. It's money well spent. everything well spent. And please, please, please bring your friends, bring your family. You will have a great time together. I didn't, but I will try to get my family and friends to go and see this movie with or without me, because this is one of the animation movies that I would go and see a second time. Not a third time, but a second time for sure. Because now that I've seen it the first time, I might absolutely get some more out of it the second time. Yeah, but that's it. Thanks again. And by the way, about next week, I will try to do um, absolutely Moonlight, which came out here in Finland this Friday, so today. And then, if I have time and if I have time and if I don't have absolutely anything else to do, which is unlikely, but then I will do the or go and see the new 50 Shades of uh, 50 Shades of Grey or Dark or whatever the name of the movie is. But you know what I'm talking about. The second movie of the series, that was the first one, was called 50 Shades of was it Grey or Black? So if I have time, if I have absolutely nothing else to do, I will do that next week. But absolutely I will do Moonlight, and then I will see if there's anything else like I want to watch and do a review on. So look forward to those. Maybe some TV series reviews also, and some, as I started calling them, retro reviews from movies from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. So those, but absolutely Moonlight. That's the one movie that I'm gonna see next week. So thanks for your attention. See you next time. Have a nice night or morning or day whenever you are watching this, and see you again. Bye.